From First Coast News, this is Good Morning Jacksonville.
Good Tuesday morning to you. Your first big story now at 6 o'clock. A Jacksonville mother arrested almost 700 miles away with the body of her 11-year-old daughter.
Such a disturbing story.
Yeah.
Erica Newsom was arrested in West Virginia, and JSO is now investigating her home here in Jacksonville. First Coast News' Monica Garcia will have the latest on this in just about 2 minutes. And let's get to your second big story. Traffic was brought to a standstill on the Buckman Bridge last night after a crash.
Just a mess. Check it
Yeah.
out. This is the entire southbound side shut down. It lasted a while, and emergency crews were there for hours. Still waiting on the Florida Highway Patrol to release more details to find out exactly what happened here, but the lanes have since reopened. There's your good news. And your third big story this morning, and it is a biggie. The PGA has been debating it for a while, but now it is official. The PGA Tour says the Players' Championship will move back to March from May.
A lot of folks talking about
Yeah.
this one. Our Alex Osiris is going to have more details about the schedule change in about 15 minutes. But first, we want to check in with your storm expert, meteorologist Mike Prangley. Mike, you are A-OK with this one.
Yeah, hey, low to mid 70s for the average highs in March compared to May, and lower humidity, so it'll feel about 15-20 degrees cooler. Although Lou liked the Mother's Day festivities and the pink out, and yeah, so there's positives and negatives to both sides, and we'll go over that this morning. But a positive win-win is that beautiful, dazzling moon we woke up with this morning. That's the official full moon, and tonight it'll look full as well, 99% full. We'll get to enjoy it, but we've got some bumps in the road to get through, and that includes lightning, 5,000 lightning strikes per hour, flooding. Some of the storms could cause some wind damage. There's our big impact. And look at the drive home. See this? Yeah, big impact in the moderate range as we have plenty of moisture to work with in the atmosphere, sea breeze and outflow collisions. As we look at our school today, one of my favorite ones, Matilda Harris in Kingsland. It does look like rain and lightning for school pickup after the final bell between 2 and 3 o'clock, and we'll time out the other storms down to Duval and St. John's coming right up. But first, let's get to Lindsay in the Five-Star Credit Union Traffic Center.
Hey, good morning, Mike. You know, Mike, it's 6 o'clock, 6:02, and you haven't called me Katie yet, so it's a good day. Today is Tuesday, and things are looking pretty good on the roads this morning. So taking a look at your maps, we did have a little bit of a slowdown at I-295 and Bay Meadows, but that is looking pretty good right now. I think there was just a little bit of a slowdown. I-95 at I-95 at Southside, we had a crash, and we have a center lane there blocked. But taking a look at the James Point Bridge, things are looking pretty good, both northbound and southbound on all of our area bridges. That Buckman Bridge crash from last night has been cleaned up. Lewis.
Lizzie, thank you. Back to that developing story now. A Jacksonville mother arrested in West Virginia after police say that she killed her own daughter and tried to get away, hiding the 11-year-old's body. Monica Garcia now live at the suspect's home this morning with the very latest on this case. Good morning, Monica.
Well, Lou, it is tragic as well as a bizarre story as to what led Jacksonville police to this north side home. You can see we're just right in front of that home. There's 3 patrol cars right behind me in that driveway. Now, this house, it is believed, where the mother and her 11-year-old daughter were living, and it's also believed this is where that little girl was killed. Now, this is what we know so far. On Sunday afternoon, the child's body was found near a wrecked car in West Virginia, and this is according to a newspaper over there. The paper says the child's mother, Erica Newsom, lost control and wrecked her car, but then she was spotted by a witness removing a body and dragging it to a hill. It was obvious that the child did not die from injuries in that accident, says a detective over there. They say Newsom later admitted to being abusive towards her daughter and then killing her. Meanwhile, here in Jacksonville, detectives were contacted by West Virginia troopers, told them about the story. Detectives from here came to this residence in north side of Jacksonville. And then they did say that they did find evidence that a crime did occur. Neighbors in the meantime say the family seemed like a normal family.
I first moved in over there, I remember when the mama would be walking around in the yard and doing her garden and just strolling down the road, and her little girl would get home from school and you could see her going home with her backpack on. And
As of right now, that mother, Erica Newsom, is being charged with concealment of a body. Of course, this is still very early into this investigation. She's also being held on a $50,000 bond. From the north side of Monica Garcia, First Coast News.
Thanks for that, Monica. And a former Florida Congresswoman's fight for retrial or acquittal is still not over. On Monday, a judge decided he would not yet rule on a motion in Corrine Brown's case. She was convicted on 18 counts back in May, but her attorney argued that the verdict should be thrown out because a juror who said Brown was innocent was removed. There's no word yet on when that judge could make his final ruling.
So, medical marijuana. Talk about it a lot. And now there's a new problem, it seems, in Florida with the implementation of the medical marijuana law. Now, school districts have to try and figure out how their facilities should store and administer the substances to kids who need it and are prescribed it. Representatives from Duval and Clay County schools tell us they are waiting on directives from the state on how to deal with handing it out, but they haven't gotten any recommendations yet. New details about a problem involving school bus schedules. This is in Camden County. For the next few days, district officials say they will continue to dismiss students 15 minutes early from Camden County High School. The hope is that those routes would be cleared earlier so buses can head over to the middle and the elementary schools picking kids up. No word yet, though, on when those early dismissals at the high school will end. Keitha?
Thanks for that, Lou. Well, a manhunt is underway in Missouri after police say a man shot and killed an officer late Sunday night. That's topping your national headlines right now at 6:06. Well, this happened in Clinton, Missouri, southeast of Kansas City. An officer named Gary Michael was killed during a traffic stop, and police say a suspect named Ian McCarthy is the person responsible. Now, investigators say he crashed his car after the shooting and then ran off from the scene. They believe he is still in that area. Well, the sixth named storm of the Atlantic hurricane season sets its sights on Mexico. Tropical storm Franklin moved over tourist hubs along Mexico's Caribbean coast Monday and hit the Yucatan Peninsula overnight. Now, the storm's packing maximum sustained winds of 60 miles an hour. It's expected to circle back and hit Mexico's mainland Wednesday evening. We're learning more now about a cyber attack on the TV network HBO. The hackers who got into the network system last week released some more details on Monday, including internal emails from HBO executives and scripts from the network's hit show Game of Thrones. This is a huge deal to fans of that show. You see, the hackers also demanded a ransom payment to stop leaking data. HBO said it's working with law enforcement and cybersecurity teams to find those hackers. Well, believe it or not, we are half a year away from the next big international sporting event. The opening ceremonies for the 2018 Winter Olympics in Pyeongchang, South Korea will happen just 6 months from today. Now, unlike the problems we saw with the Olympics set up in Brazil, officials say 97% of the competition venues are complete right there in South Korea. And you can hear more about Team USA and how they're preparing for the Winter Games. That's coming up on the Today Show on NBC 12 at 7 o'clock, right after Good Morning Jacksonville. Amped up about it, Lou?
I got those Olympic vibes. I love the Winter Games. I love them. Nice.
What's your favorite sport, by the way, in the Winter Games?
I love the bobsled. Bring on bobsled. I watch it all day long. That and curling. I can't get enough of it. 6:08 your time. Our Jacksonville Jaguars head north, getting ready for the first preseason game as they tangle a little bit with the New England Patriots. We're going to tell you how their practices against those Patriots and with them have been going. We'll do it at 6:15. And a little later, a closer look at the PGA Tour's schedule changes that will move the Players' Championship back to March. Why they say this all makes sense.
Wow.
Yes, just Oz
Jinx.
news.
Pinch Coke, yummy a Coke. Now look at that beautiful sunrise out there. It's beautiful, and they've got yoga at the beach this morning.
Yes, and you were, what's that move you were teaching me?
Oh God,
Lance?
I think it's
go like-
Shavasana. So, I know I'm butchering this. It's the corpse pose, but you lay on the ground and
Oh
do
gosh, yeah. Last time I did yoga, I got injured. So.
it. I think you can lay on the ground with your palms up. That's
All right,
pretty
I should
easy.
be safe then.
There you go.
Okay, it's looking good at St. Augustine Beach. So meet at the Ocean Hammock Walkover. 8 o'clock, looking good. But look what happens this afternoon as we head toward 2, 3 o'clock. The skies ignite. We're talking about thunderstorms. So St. Johns County, not just lightning threat, but look at these rain amounts from St. Augustine to Hastings, even up toward Nocatee, Ponte Vedra. We could easily see 2, 3, 4 inches of rain. That storm window between 3 and 7, and there even could be a frisky storm or two with 50 to 60 mile per hour winds. So it's a weather app kind of day full moon to full sunrise we showed you to full storm mode this afternoon. We'll be ready.
Yeah, and things this morning on the road are actually looking pretty good. We did just get an accident into the ViStar Credit Union Traffic Center. It's at I-10 eastbound, just to the east of 301. Not causing any delays just yet that I've been seeing, but that's where that crash is. I'll keep an eye on that and let you know if that's causing any delays. Other than that, though, just I-95 northbound, that center lane still is blocked. FHP is telling us that there's a crash in that area. So if you're going northbound on I-95, just be very careful of that. Otherwise, bridges are looking pretty good. Looks like going into NAS Jax, we've got a bit of a slowdown there. That's typical for this time of the morning, folks getting on base. So if you are going northbound on 17, just make sure you plan to leave a little bit early. Area bridges in the downtown area looking pretty good as well. However, the Main Street Bridge is going to close tonight starting at 6:30. Keith.
All right.
All right, thanks guys for that. So a young thrill seeker climbs to new heights. You're going to love this story. At 6:25, you're going to meet an incredible 8-year-old who climbed to the top of one of the world's tallest mountains. But first, the Players Championship is moving back to March. So how do you feel about it? A lot of folks are not too happy about it. We want to know your thoughts, though. Let us know by voting on firstcoastnews.com/gauge. And we're going to see your responses live in just 2 minutes.
All right, welcome back. Jaguars. Let's talk about some Jaguars because they're still undefeated. This morning we are just 2 days away, though, from the Jaguars' first preseason matchup, and then it's football season. They are in Massachusetts practicing with the reigning Super Bowl champions, the New England Patriots. If you're going to practice with the best, right? They'll play a game Thursday evening. And the Patriots didn't take it easy on the Jags either, and why should they? Why would we want them to? New England wide receiver Brandon Cooks blew past the Jags secondary a couple of times. Head coach Doug Marrone did keep his comments brief after their first practice.
But again, I'm thankful to Coach Belichick for giving us this opportunity because, at the end of the day, we're just trying to get our football team better, and this is definitely going to help us.
Spotted Tad Dickman there. All right, remember, a couple of staples on the Jags defense, Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Colvin, are still sitting out, by the way. I'm not sure how easily they would have blown past Jalen Ramsey, but practices will continue in Foxborough today. Okay. Switch gears to a rumor that has been going around now for months. Some sources reporting it just last month that the Players' Championship is going to move from May back to March. And now the PGA Tour is confirming that the players will make that move.
A lot of back and forth about this one. All right, but now it's confirmed. So we have a poll going right now on firstcoastnews.com asking you if you approve of the move. So as we give you all the details, you can actually tell us what you think by going to firstcoastnews.com/gauge. All right, there we go.
Overwhelming majority.
Oh, everyone's all for it. Okay.
Oh, now it's switched.
Oh, now we're moving
As we
around
talk.
because in the newsroom we were hearing, different things. So 33% saying no, and 67 is saying yeah, go ahead and let it move. All right, so we'll see. Alex Osiris is going to join us live right now to break down these changes ahead. Hey, Alex, what is that over his shoulder?
Hey, good morning, Keith. Broke out the 8-iron this morning for this story, talking about the potential move of the players going back to March. First time since 2007 that would also shuffle the PGA schedule just a little bit, moving the PGA Championship from August back into the springtime. First time that's happened in 70 years. Part of the reason why is because the PGA says that it's looking not only at the weather conditions, making it a hot weather for fans currently, so it might get a little relief. Also opening up some more places that the championship can go to in that late spring. Also looking at their competitors. The Olympics taking place in August, the NFL being a competitor in August for their schedule. So that is why they're going to have to move the players back to March, and they're moving the PGA Championship back to May. Something that we're expecting to hear more about later today in a press conference from the PGA, something that we're paying close attention to. We'll have another update for you and might even break out the 8-iron and show you what I got, which is not a whole lot, but we'll see. All right, guys, back to you.
Don't let Alex fool you. He hits that 8-iron about 182. He's a solid guy, scratch or better. Appreciate that. So as you all at home keep voting, and 70% of you now say you do like the plan to move it back to March, why don't you tweet us and put it on Facebook as well, because we have this discussion going. Let's take a look at some of the things that you were saying now on social media. Sharon shared with us on Facebook, and we do appreciate that, saying, good change. May has become too hot. in the last few years, and she's not wrong about that either. Ed said, yes, I think this is good, much better weather, all right. Mike goes on to say this, that probably confirms his thinking that the players and Sawgrass should just replace the PGA Championship as a major. I'm not sure about replacing, but certainly adding the players as what we could call the modern major. But Eric brings up another point here. Like the new schedule, I wonder if the Players Championship is upset since it really had that Mother's Day tradition down. One of the best traditions really was that Mother's Day tradition. So remember, you can keep telling us what you think. Go to firstcoastnews.com/gauge. We'll continue to show those results there. But for the most part, people are right now, at least according to our very unscientific unofficial poll, saying they like this move. Keitha?
Very unscientific. All right, thanks for that, Lou. Let's take a live look outside right now. Let's see, it's looking pretty good overall. This is along I-10 right now, I-295 westbound. We can see their traffic is moving. Let's turn to meteorologist Mike Prangley, though, right now for a look at your forecast. What can you expect for the rest of the day?
I'm excited about that poll. Let's talk about it meteorologically. Okay, so the average feels like temperature. This is what it's all about. You're out with the family, the kids. They're complaining, they're saying, Dad, it's too hot. Well, here's why. In May, our average feels like temperature 95. So you're out there for hours at a time. Yeah, I agree, that's too hot. You go to March, that's one of the times of the year where we have low humidity, and the average temperatures are actually in the low to mid 70s. Now, there's going to be a little higher threat of maybe severe weather. We average every 4 or 5 days some strong fronts that can come through the area, but I think the give and take, there's more positives for me at least in March. Now, as we take a look at the big picture, we're going to make it a great day, right? We've got a great 8 on the runner index. We showed you that beautiful sunrise, 6:50. It's a half hour away. We'll share more shots with you coming up. But first, let's get to the forecast and the weather wheel. We've got a great day, right? Here's what I'm talking about. Bright full moonlight to sunlight. Storms hold off until the more traditional times, 2 to 6 o'clock today. And notice up to a 70% chance for the drive home, so be careful. Slow moving storms, lightning, could see even a wind gust or 2 over 50 miles per hour. So that storm window in Duval, 2 to 6 o'clock, that includes Neptune Beach. Big rain chances throughout much of the area. St. Augustine, Keystone, Waycross to Lake City. If you're up, picking up the kids after school, allow a little extra time, especially up in Kingsland, St. Mary's. You'll have some lightning in the area by 2 o'clock. This stormy pattern will continue for at least one more day and then slowly decreasing rain chances late week. And hey, that weekend, Lindsay, maybe looking good for that boat ride with lower rain chances. How's it looking now in the VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center?
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning to all of you. Looking pretty good so far this morning. We do have just 2 crashes that we're keeping an eye on. One of them is on I-10, but not causing any delays. This is eastbound on I-10 from 301 to 295. It'll take you 10 minutes and then another 5 minutes heading into the downtown area. A beautiful shot right now of I-10 eastbound. This is looking towards the downtown area. You can see those clouds just over the ocean, and things are starting to pick up just a little bit, but not seeing major delays on any of the roadways. Taking a look at your camera maps this morning, again, I-10 just to the east of 301 is where we're seeing an accident there. FHP is reporting that, not saying if there are any roadblocks in that incident. And then I-95 just to the north of south side, we're seeing an accident as well. Slow going into NAS Jack, so just leave a little bit early if you're planning to go onto base this morning. Guys.
Lindsay, thanks. 6:22. More teens are starting early to earn college credit while in high school still. What you need to know about dual enrollment, that's coming up for you at 6:30.
But first, our deal guy Matt Granite is going to show us how to upgrade your garden when GMJ returns in just about 2 minutes. You're excited about that?
Yes, I like it.
Straight from the Consumer Electronics Show, and an item I really didn't think I would use until the summer hit. Great to be with you. I know you see a light, you see speakers, and you see this hole in the middle. For an umbrella, if you have one, a patio umbrella, you could hang this light at a table, or you could use this if you have a transparent table to light from underneath. Beautiful lighting effects, great music if you don't even have a patio table. And, oh yeah, it changes colors. This rechargeable LED umbrella light brings you the speakers, the color changing, great for camping. I mean, this would be the ultimate deal to take with you on the go. Love the music quality, and I really love the price. You also get a 12-month warranty, which is great. Lasts you this summer to the next and for the years to come. Lowest recorded price. Very well rated on our website. First Coast News is where I have you covered, and all of your deal links. Until we meet again, I'm Matt Granite for First Coast News.
Madden is deals. All right,
Yeah.
trending online right now this morning, an 8-year-old girl accomplishes a feat that so many of us simply can't do. It's incredible.
Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Under any circumstance would I do it or would I try? But an 8-year-old named Roxy Getter from Punta Gorda, Florida, so from right here, became the youngest to ever climb Mount Kilimanjaro last month. The youngest woman, if you need to qualify it that way. But at 8 years old, why does it matter? To make this even more incredible, she was born with a hole in her heart. Her parents say she went to multiple doctor's appointments before her climb to make sure it was safe, and her family made it to the top of the mountain after 7 days.
Wow.
Incredible stuff.
Congratulations to her. That's beautiful.
All right, still to come. Good Morning Jacksonville. Big changes at several Duval County public schools with just days to the start of the school year as well.
Yeah, plus one Georgia college professor's new plan to make school stress-free for his students. I don't know about this one. We're back in 2 minutes. We'll fill you in.